Credit score is more of your credit history. Yes, your credit history. So you build up a credit history.
Okay.
And so the more credit you take up and how well you pay back your credit, that builds a history for you and then gives you a score. Yes.
I think the concern also has, I mean, from the things there, is also about how you're going to pay back, because people know
you see, to the extent that when you take something on credit, you will not be able, you will not have the capacity to pay. Means that there's no way you can have a good credit score. That's simply what it means.
In the first place.
No, I'm saying.
Okay.
The credit score will start from when you
get it.
Yes,
okay.
when you start. So if you take something on credit and you're unable to pay back, you will not be able to have a good credit score.
Okay.
It's as simple as that.
So it means that it affects whatever next thing you'd want to.
It's like Ghana. When you see that we've been downgraded, that's just the best example to give.
Okay.
It's because our credit score is terrible.
It's terrible.
We went to the extent of being bankrupt, declaring bankruptcy in November 2022. Before then, because of the difficulties with paying our debts, and because now debt servicing had become the #1 expenditure item from #3, it had overtaken public sector wages and others, interest payments, have now become #1 when it was #3.
Okay.
You get it? So obviously, once you got there, you would realize that you were no longer credit worthy, and people didn't want to then extend credit. And that is how come the international market was shut to us, because we were no longer credit worthy. Our credit score was bad. And that is how come we've gone to do this whole negotiation and everything to try and then clean up our thing and see if we can now begin to build a credit score again.
All over again.
So Ghana is now going to start building. So you see that they've taken you to junk status and everything. Then you start small, and then only God knows when you get to that B plus or B minus where you were before you went to C, down there to junk. So that's simply how it works.
That's just how it works.
Yes.
Okay.
Once you're taking the credit and you're paying, you're good. You're good. So I mean, when we were B plus and B minus, we were good. Then immediately we had problems with servicing our debts. Then they started downgrading us. So the issue of downgrading, that's just how it works.
How it is. Okay. So we'll see how that one actually pans out.
But nobody should create the impression that is some magic wand or is some. You see, people must be. I think that it's good to have a system like that. It could help people, but we don't proceed on the premise that that is the panacea. You see, first of all, there must be an environment where people are productive. They are able to earn, and therefore they can take up credit and be able to pay when it is due. That is the only way you can build a good credit. But the mere fact that a credit score system exists does not mean that it means that you can have everything you want. Yes, you can go. If you go to Abrochi today and you go to the churches, a prayer point is debt cancellation for individuals. They are credit card debts and others. Yes, it's a serious prayer point. I mean, there are the good sides of it and there are the terrible sides of it.
You could get to the
if you know what people are going through in terms of credit, because sometimes it feels like because you are not taking all the money to go and buy, so I can get this, I can get that. And then at the end, when the deductions start, then you realize that you're left with nothing. Look, people are in serious debt. So I'm saying that there's absolutely nothing wrong with the credit scoring system and all that. But people shouldn't create the impression that that is what makes life comfortable for people. That's what will make life comfortable for people. You must be in a position to service your debt. Otherwise, you become like Ghana.
Great. So that's the understanding as Doc has